This is the new godly That was my best impression. Anyways, Dio is essentially a great unit to have, and he's also a limited unit. And in order to make assuming that you have Dio in your inventory already, Dio's first evolution, Ancient Vampire Greatest High, only requires you to have the Blessed Corpse Spine, Blessed Corpse Ribcage, a couple Dark Essence, the Time Essence, and of course himself, which is accessible in the third banner. Now, in order to get the CD disc, you have to come over to Morioh, stage 6, and as you guys can see, it's right here. I would suggest doing it in Nightmare mode as it increases the chances, but if you can do Purgatory, it's even better. In order to better understand what you're going to need to evolve Godly Dio, you're going to want to come over to the quests under Permanent, Godly Trials, go all the way over to Ancient Vampire, and as you guys can see, you're going to need to do all of these quests. Completing all of these quests will give you an item called the Glyph of Time, which is necessary to create the Helix of Time, an essential component to evolve Dio into his godly form. Obtaining the Ancient Vampire is the easiest of all. You just need to get him in the third banner whenever he's there. He's a mythic unit. It didn't cost you that much. If you need ways to get jewels, I would recommend doing legend stages or act 6 on any map in Purgatory. As you guys can see, that's where jewels are dropped. To complete the second quest, obtain Dio Diary. It is in the legend stages of Ruin Moria Act 3, a 2% drop, or you can trade for it. To complete the third, complete Moria legend stage 30 times. I would recommend to assemble a team and do the first act 30 times as it's the easiest, but you can also try doing the third as you're gonna probably have to do it multiple times in order to get these things. To complete the Puncci quest line, you need to start by making your way over towards the end of Moria and towards legend stage Ruin Moria, where you take yourself to act 1, where you will find diary page 1, a 15% drop rate, which you need this item in order to talk to Sukuna, Ryumin Sukuna from JJK, which is behind this rocket ship right here. When you talk to him, you will say something about getting the second diary page, which then you will want to talk to Speedwagon over here in the gold shop. And when you talk to him, you will need to go talk to finally Mr. Pucci Mado in Heaven. When you're done talking to all of them, you will notice that your diary page 3 will have a certain requirement that you need to do. You want to go ahead and complete those, preferably by doing legend stages, and then when you're done with it, you can finally come back and talk to Pucci. By the way, all this information is accessible in my How to Evo Pucci, which I will link in the description below if you want to watch it. Not only will it show you how to evolve Pucci to Made in Heaven mode, but it will also let you know exactly what you need to do in order to get towards the stage of evolving Dio Godly. Anyways, once you do all of those prerequisites, which is quite a bit, but to give you a rundown of what you're gonna basically need is you're definitely going to need Pucci, which again, to get him, you come over here to legend stages. You're going to need the Vampire Diary. You're going to need the Blessed Corpse. You're going to need all of these items here, including these ones and including this ones as well. You're going to need all of the items. I know that it's a lot and I know that it's annoying, but you're going to need them. Anyways, once you have gotten all of those items and you talk to Pucci and you've done every other prerequisite, he's going to give you this green baby. And that's exactly what you need in order to evolve Pucci to his first evolution, Pucci a Moon. Once Pucci says merge with the vessel you obtained and come back to me, you will notice that Dio also says the same thing. You're going to want to evolve Pucci. So let's go ahead and evolve him. Pucci a Moon. Doesn't he look beautiful? Anyways, once you have evolved him to Celestial mode, you can then come and talk to Dio, which he will say prime numbers can only be divided by themselves and 1. The next step now is to obtain all the parts of the Blessed Corpse. They'll provide us with the energy needed to complete this transfer. And you will notice that both of them are saying what they're trying to say is that you need to get all of the corpse's materials in order to be able to talk to them. And in this case, I believe I am missing the arm, which I'm going to go ahead and trade with my main real quick. All right, there it is. The Blessed Corpse arm. That's the only one that I'm missing. Again, to get these, you need to do legend stages. All right, now if you come back and talk to them, once you have fired every single one, you'll see that they actually give you something else. And essentially what they're trying to tell you is that in order to even talk to them anymore, is that you need to obtain 3 celestial fractures of the moon and bring them to him. You can only obtain 1 a day, and they only spawn in within the first 5 minutes of an hour in a day. What that means is that you need to go into one of the legend stages within the first 5 minutes of an hour. When it turns it to 10 o'clock, I will go into one of the legend stages and I'll show you where some of the potential spawns of this moonstone or moon fragment could be. This moon fragment will essentially unlock the ability to evolve Pucci into Made in Heaven, and therefore allowing you to complete this quest, obtain Pucci Made in Heaven, which all of that I will show in this video, so don't worry guys. Okay, it is now 10 o'clock and I'm going to go ahead and show you guys where you can find these moon fragments. Let's go into Act 1, legend stage. Here we go, let's try to find it. One of the potential spots is behind the dump dumpsters? It's not here. Behind this dumpster, it's not here. What about over here? Not behind the gas station either. How about in the another potential spot is the base. It's not there. Behind these dumpsters, not here. Okay, and here it is. I think one of the things that happens is if you don't kill a single mob, it will not spawn in. I'm not actually completely sure. I may have just missed it. But here is one of the locations where you just want to go up to it. It looks like this, a glowing square thing, and you pick it up. So again, you might have to actually kill an enemy before it even spawns in. But overall, guys, it's not that hard to find them. Just look around. Now, what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to collect 3. And I have collected 3 on my main account. So I can go ahead and show you the rest in that one. All right, guys, here we are. We're on the main account where we have 3 times the moon fragments as well as an empty helix. It will be necessary to craft the godly. But before we do that, let's go over and talk to Pucci with our 3 fragments. And he's going to say, you have proven yourself worthy. Heaven is now upon your hands. So confirm. And if we go check out Pucci, you can actually see that now we can evolve him to made in heaven. Made in heaven. But as you guys can see, it actually uses quite a bit of material. Using up an arm, using up a leg, and even using up a spine. I believe the total amount that you're going to need for every single one of these items is 3 times. But I'm going to stop wasting your time and let's go ahead and evolve Pucci into made in heaven. And boom, there we go. Pucci made in heaven. As you guys can see, once you've done this, they actually don't have any more to talk to you because you have completed the quest line. The next step to do is to go over to your quests, go over to godly trials towards ancient vampire, and you want to go ahead and claim all of these that you have now done. Then stopping time with ancient vampire greatest high 200 times is pretty simple. You're going to need to evolve ancient vampire, going to infinite, and just spam Zawardo. Has a 35-second cooldown, so it shouldn't take you, it's just gonna take you a while actually. For reaching wave 100 on morioh infinite nightmare, I would highly recommend that you assemble a team by using the Discord and getting people that are strong enough to be able to carry you into the 100th wave. And now that you have completed all 7 of the quests, you can claim the glyph of time. Remember that helix that I was talking to you about? Yes, you're going to need the empty helix in order to craft the glyph or the helix of time. In order to do the empty helix, you need an ichor vial, which I assume you guys already know this stuff. But let's go ahead and claim our helix of time. We have successfully crafted it. Now, the only last step to do is to evolve this guy into his godly state. Oh no. Okay, I got very lucky because apparently my alt account had an extra arm. And with that, we are set to evolve Dio into his godly form. And here it is, guys. Dio over heaven. So that, my friends, is how you evolve Dio into his godly form. Watch this video if you want to see more interesting content.